Good morning and welcome to another PokerProfit.com production. Today we'll be playing some 2-4 Texas Hold'em. There are 8 players at the table, which means it's not exactly full table poker, but it's not short-handed poker either. Our hero is located directly to the left of the big blind, so we'll be first to act. Looking at our hole cards, we find Ace-King suited. Fantastic starting hand. We're going to raise this up, despite being first to act this betting round. As play proceeds around the table, players are tossing their cards into the muck, including the dealer and the small blind. The big blind decides to call our raise, and we'll be going into a flop with 2 players in this pot. Flop comes queen, 9, 10 of spades. So we didn't pair anything with the board, but we did pick up 2 spades. That's going to put us on a nut flush draw. Let's see what Shicky does to begin this betting round. Shicky comes out betting. That's a bit of a problem. Shicky's an incredibly tight player. The fact that he would bet into me after I've raised pre-flop means that he has to have caught a significant portion of this flop. So right now we're faced with the prospect of calling on a draw. Let's pull out our pot odds chart. We have a nut flush draw, so if we do manage to land a spade on the turn, we're going to have an ace-high flush. Inspecting the board more carefully, we have 2 overcards as well. Right now, with a 9, 10, and queen on the board, there's a chance that Shicky could be holding a king and a jack, and he can already have a straight. So if we were to land an ace or a king, that wouldn't pull us ahead of him. Although if a jack hits the board, that will give us 10, jack, queen, king, ace. Our straight would be greater than his. So looking at the chart, each of the spades that remains in the deck gives us an opportunity to pull ahead of Shicky in the hand. And the 3 jacks that are not spades also count as outs that can bring our hand ahead of his. So with 12 outs to go, the odds of catching one of those outs are 2.92 to 1. Since we're not betting 1, we're betting 2. We need to have a pot that's at least $5.83 for us to justify calling in this situation. Our pot size is currently $11, so we can go ahead and call with confidence and take a look at the next card. The next card comes 2 of hearts. Absolutely no help. We'll see what happens on this betting round. Shicky comes out firing. $4 leaves us in the same situation. 1 betting round later in the hand. Pot is now $17. We still have the same number of outs that can pull us ahead of the best hand that Shicky can possibly have at this time. Odds of us landing either a jack to complete our nut straight or a spade to complete our nut flush are 2.83 to 1. We need a pot that's at least $11.33 at this point in time. 17 is greater than 11.33, so once again we're going to make the call here. We're going to see one more card. Let's find out what the river brings. We'll put up our chips, and the dealer will toss down a 2 of clubs, pairing the board, which could have been problematic, but we seem to have missed every possible out that was out there for us, including landing either an ace or a king as an overcard. At this point in time, the only thing we have going for us is an ace high. Let's see what Shicky does. Comes out firing. There's no sense in paying $4 to show him our ace high. We'll toss these cards into the muck. Good hand, Shick. Let's see what you had. Pair of queens. It's a little more aggressive than I would have thought you'd played it. But as it turns out, it doesn't matter. At each decision point in the hand, we evaluated whether or not it was worth paying to see the next card. When we considered the size of the pot that we'd win compared to the amount of money we had to pay to see the next card, and in both circumstances, it was the right thing for us to call. We did. It's just sometimes your outs don't show up on the board. Good pot, Chick. We'll see you in the next hand.